Uh, just got home from work. It was a busy day today. They kept us moving. Um, Had a guy come in, pretty reasonable. It was after dinner. It would have been about like 8 or 9. Came in just fucking going crazy. There's a couple of cops with him, a bunch of EMTs. I think like 6 people. None of our security had to hold him down. They put him in 4-point restraints. Um, like they're pumping him full of painkillers, muscle relaxers, shit like that. Like they're doping the shit out of him. Um, and he's the whole time he's cussing, he's spitting, he's screaming, he's trying to kick and punch and bite. They've got a mask on him. Like we went the whole 9 yards with this guy, and um, he's flipping out. He's losing his mind. And they pop him with the Haldol, and he shakes it off. It's like most of it wound up on the bed, and it didn't, like the little bit that went in didn't really even slow him down. So I think it was like 30 minutes later, the doctor decided to pop him with it again. We got a full shot in there, and he was still like he was still up. Third time, I think finally put him down. And then he woke up like an hour later. He was a lot more compliant by that point. And they wanted to get his blood. Like he'd been kind of in and out. Like he had to pee and stuff like that. And we worked with him. And then they'd removed his restraints. And then they were wanting to take his blood before they moved him into another department. And he was really insistent he didn't want that to happen. He didn't. He's yelling something about like, you already took enough of my blood. I don't want, don't take no more of my blood. Blah blah blah. Blah. We go in there, we hold him down, and we're just like, once I got in close and looked at him, I did not see somebody that was just being shitty, that was just yelling and screaming and wanted to fucking get in the way and wanted to get out. He was afraid of needles. This guy had been like punching cops and going nuts and talking about he was gonna fucking bite everybody's dick off, and I look in his eyes and I saw somebody that was scared of this little ass nurse with this teeny weeny tiny little needle. And it was the scariest thing he'd ever seen. And I don't have a point here. I don't have a revelation about this. There's not a moral to this story. We had a woman in there who was freaking out, who was yelling at people, who was not leaving, was refusing to leave, and what it came down to is her apartment building had caught fire, and she had to vacate and had come to the hospital because she had been burned, and Red Cross had set her up with a hotel room until the middle of next week when they could let people back into the building. And she was just like, she wasn't. Some of the nurses thought she was lying. It turns out she wasn't lying. She was just really bad at explaining what needed to happen. And I was talking with one of the doctors, and she mentions like, I feel bad for her because it's, she wasn't lying to anybody. She was just legitimately, everything was messed up, and it's one bad day is all it takes. Like you see a crazy homeless guy on the bus, or somebody muttering to themselves in an alley. The only thing separating you from that is having one spectacularly bad day. It can happen to anybody. It can happen quickly. And there's nothing you can do. Once that ball gets rolling, you are kind of along for the ride. I don't know. I don't know if I learned anything today. I know some people can shrug off Haldol, so there's that. But my bank was closed. I don't know who the fuck closes the Saturday before Memorial Day when they're normally open on a Saturday, but I kind of wanted to put my fist through a window. Luckily, there was a soul food place around the corner where I got some lunch. Had some good meatloaf.